All right, well, here is the all new, brand new Dodge Charger Daytona. And this is a Scat Pack Stage 2 package. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Jason and I do reviews on vehicles here in Canada, so reviews just like this. So if you love car reviews, be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the channel. And also thank you to My Mississauga Chrysler for allowing me to review their all new Daytona Charger Scat Pack. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over the different models that you can get with the new Charger, the safety features that you get with this Scat Pack model right here, the exterior, the interior, the infotainment system, and of course the pricing. And this has a ton of options added to it, as you can see on the screen. So as I go over the vehicle, you'll notice a ton of things that obviously aren't available on the RT model. So the different models that you can currently get includes the RT and the Scat Pack. As for the safety features you get with the Charger, here are all of them. And as you can see, there is a ton of safety features that you get. And as for what powers this Charger, it has a little over 100 kilowatt hour battery with dual 250 kilowatt motors. And for the Scat Pack, they are tuned to deliver 670 horsepower and 627 pound-foot of torque. And there's also a 48 amp onboard charger for this. Now, in terms of how much range you get with the Scat Pack model, it's really not listed on Dodge's website. You do have to dig in and kind of find it on your own, but the range is estimated of about 388 kilometers. All right, now let's start off in the front of this insane looking Charger. At the bottom here, you can see right here, you've got all of this gloss black trimming. I'll show you up close right here. So all of this all the way through to the other side, and you kind of have like this lower grill area with the sensor there in the center. There's also these vent cutouts which are not functional, but they are on both of the sides. And you also have the front safety sensors that run across, and then you just get straight into these beautiful and insane looking lights. I just love the daytime running light, how it stretches all the way across to the other side. And then of course you've got your sleek looking headlights. These of course are LED. And then if you look right in the center here, you've got the new logo there and a front facing camera. You also notice you have these cutouts for obviously airflow and aerodynamic and whatnot. So on the hood here, it looks pretty cool. So coming onto this side, you can see it goes right through. So this is definitely unique. And here's what the front space looks like. I'm glad that they actually added the front space, since some other brands do not even have this. And this does not come standard. It is an optional thing that you have to get. All right, now coming to the side of the new Charger here, you can see the sleek styling that this has. And also up top, and I'll show you this inside as well, you do have a full glass roof, which I love. And of course it's an EV, it's gonna have that. And if you haven't noticed, this is a two-door, and even the door handles are pretty unique. So there's no traditional door handle which comes out and pops out. There's actually a button underneath. You just press it and the door opens up. So that's pretty neat. And then over on the side mirror here, you have this beautiful carbon fiber trimming, as you can see right there. Very nice. And the whole bottom section here is gloss black. And you'll also notice that there's a side mirror camera, and this has cameras all around, so you can see a ton of different views of the vehicle. Now over on the fender here, you've got this cool looking bumblebee badge right there and stage 2. And now this is something very small, but all along the bottom of the vehicle you do have more gloss black trimming, and I like how it's not that black plastic. Gloss black I think looks way better. And then you have these beautiful wheels. You can see the designing is so unique on this, and again you have another logo there in the center. And these are black aluminum wheels, and these are your 20-inch wheels. And you've also got the massive red SRT Brembo brakes. And if I take a step back, you can see the wheels, everything complement the vehicle perfectly. Also up by the front here, you do have a reflector, and there's another one at the rear over here. Also back here is where your charge port is, so you can just pop that open and it is all right here. So you can just take this thing out and then this as well once it does pop out. So there it is right there. All right, now coming to the rear of the Daytona, you can see the very nice looks continue back here as well. And this kind of actually has the look continued over from the older Chargers, which is pretty unique. You can't tell right away, but once you do look at it carefully, you can definitely tell. All right, so at the bottom here, the whole gloss black theme continues over, and in the center there you do have black plastic, but I mean the rest of it is gloss black, which is nice. And if you hear that sound, I don't know if the camera or the mic is picking it up, but that's not an actual exhaust note, it's from the speakers, and depending on which mode you put it in, it gets louder and crazier. And another thing you'll notice on the gloss black here is that it also says Daytona right here written across, and then the Fratsonic down here. So this is actually where the sound is coming from, down here. So all of that rumbling and everything you're hearing is through the speakers down here. Also back here you've got your reflectors and of course the safety sensors that run across. There's also these vents back here which are functional, and these are on both of the sides. And then you get into your beautiful tail light. Now again, like I was mentioning, this is very closely resembled with the old Chargers, and this just looks so nice and unique. I love how that strip just goes all the way around, circles the whole light, and then of course in the center here you have another badge and your rear camera. You've also got this nice gloss black spoiler which complements the vehicle perfectly, I think, especially in this silver color. So all of the gloss black definitely pops out. And here is how you open up the trunk here. So if you just press that, it is power opening, and you can see back here you have a ton of room for all of your storage, even though this is and also if you go ahead and lift up the carpet area, you do have some room underneath here, and if you lift it again, then you just have this area at the back. And again, considering this is a two-door, that's pretty decent. And to close your trunk here, there's no button up here, but it is over here, so you just press this and down it goes. All right, so now let me show you the different sounds it makes with the different modes that you put it in. So as you probably heard, it gets pretty loud, and it's pretty loud right now. And I'll show you inside all of the modes and what I put it in, because this thing is pretty loud. All right, now let's head inside and take a look at what we have going on the new Daytona Charger. So right off the bat, you can see it's an all black interior, but you do have bits and pieces that do stand out. So down here, you have a little bit of space, I guess, to put something very small, but then you have more deeper storage space here and a cup holder spot right there. You've got your speaker right here, and then this massive armrest area that has leather with the red stitching and the white stitching. And all of this is leather as well with more of the red stitching. And then you have this beautiful carbon fiber trim that runs the whole door. And also, not sure if you can pick it up, but you do have ambient lighting as well in there. And since there's no typical door handle on this, you just press this button to open up the door. There's also the driver memory seat buttons, the typical lock buttons, window buttons, and then also the side mirror controls. All right, before I go into the front here, I'm gonna go into the back to show you what it looks like. So to get back there, I mean, it's very simple. You just move the seat up how you typically would, or you can just use the strap on the back of the seat. Okay, so now once you get into the back, it's pretty unique because your whole trunk is open. There's no glass or anything blocking it to get to the rear. It's all just open space, as you can see. And then in the center here, in the middle of the seat, you do have your cup holders right there. And these seats are super nice, and they're super comfortable as well. You can see they're kind of like bucket seats in a way. So they do hold you into place, and you've got all of like the red stitching all around the seats. In the middle section here, you do have all of the suede material with the nice designing, as you can see, and these are perforated in the middle, so a nice little touch. And even back here, you have quite a bit of room. So I'm gonna move over to this side over here, and as you can see, this seat is pretty much up, but if you move it back a little bit more, and even if you leave it this reclined, you still have a good amount of room. So here you can see I still have a good amount of room. Even if this person moves their seat back more, I think I should be fine back here. And my head is not even touching the glass here because obviously it's glass, so you have a ton of room back here. The space back here isn't all that bad. And even like you have these cutouts in the seats, which is pretty unique. And also the rear seats do come heated. Also on the rear console area here, you do have the heated seat buttons, the USB ports, and some venting. All right, now let's check out the front seats here. These are very nice, and they look very sporty as well. They've got leather all around, as you can see, with the same perforated middle sections, and with the suede, the nice designing, the red stitching all around. And then you got this little thing here if you want to put your seatbelt through and kind of hold it in place rather than having to reach back here all the time. And both of the front seats not only come heated, but they're also ventilated. And also the front seats of course come power adjustable, which is nice. And then on the door sill here, you do have this cool looking Dodge nameplate with the carbon fiber trimming. Underneath, nothing too crazy, just your fancy foot pedals. And then moving up here, you have a few controls. So you have your front release here, and then your lighting controls, and then your dimmers and all that. And also you'll notice around the venting, you do have like the nice trimming around this, and then you have leather here with more of the red and white stitching. And also, like I mentioned, this was the button to open up the door. But then if you look here, you have this as well. So this is for, let's say if your battery dies or there's no power to the vehicle and this stops working, this is your manual release. And here's what the full glass roof looks like. Very, very nice. And you do have suede all over the roof. All right, now when we enter inside the new Charger here, so typically you would have like a start button or something on a vehicle. And with EVs, usually there isn't one, but with this one, you do have it right here. So if I put the foot on the brake and press this, it starts up and you get this nice sound inside with the Daytona animation, which is pretty neat, and even an animation right here on the main digital screen. All right, so when you enter inside, your dashboard is covered in hard material, and then you do have more red stitching with the speaker there, one there in the center, and then over there in the corner. Also, this has my favorite thing, which is the heads-up display, as you can see right there. So again, very convenient to have. And I just love the way that the dashboard and everything is designed. Like it all goes through like around the cluster, everything. It just looks so nice. And then you have your cluster. This is a fully digital cluster area, as you can see, and all of the details on this are phenomenal. And this is a 16-inch cluster area. And like I was mentioning, you have this animation that continuously plays. Usually it's just like a wallpaper on other vehicles, but this just continues on. So that's a unique little touch there. And you can also view all sorts of different things in here. So it's all controlled through these buttons here and this button right here. So if I just press that, you get this cool animation, and then you go into the next section, which is your full map view, which is pretty neat. If I press it again, the same animation plays, and then you get a little bit more information about the vehicle, like your range, power, and then your speed as well. If I press it again, it comes back to this page here. So if we go to this page right here, and then I use these toggles on this side, I can toggle through a bunch of different information about the vehicle and pretty much have whatever I want in front of me. So that's pretty neat that you can customize all of this, see all your track stuff and whatnot. So it's all right here in front of you. Now, as for your steering wheel, this is wrapped in leather. You've got more of the red stitching, the perforated sections. It does come heated, and I love the designing on this. You have like a flat bottom here and then a flat top as well. And then around your controls, you have some gloss black trimming over there, and then in the center right here, and then the blacked out Dodge badge. Now on the left side here, you have all your cluster controls, and then to go through all the sections, it's through here. You've got your phone controls on the top and bottom. And then over here, you have all of your cruise control settings, follow distance and whatnot. You've also got this power shot button once you do put it into drive, and I'll kind of show you that in a second. Over here are all of your drive modes. So I can either select it from the screen here, or if I just press any of these arrows, it's gonna toggle through right here. So you've got custom, drag, track, sport, auto, and then wet and snow. And again, if I put it, let's say in drag, I don't know if you can kind of hear the echoing of the exhaust on the exterior, but that's what it sounds like inside, and it's pretty loud. And even if I rev it, you can hear that thing inside. And also, if you look behind, you've got paddle shifters as well. And then also on the paddle shifters, you do have the buttons for your media controls and whatnot. And then behind here, you have all of your wiper controls, lighting controls, indicators, high beams, and all of that. And also the steering wheel is power adjustable, and you do have that button there on the side. Okay, now like I was mentioning about this power shot, that you do have to put it into drive like that. And then if I press this, it kind of gives you like this like activation sound happening, and you do have to punch the throttle within 30 seconds to activate it. And this just gives you a bunch of boost. So I'm just gonna turn that off because I'm not doing that here. But yeah, that's pretty cool that it activates all of that. All right, then you've got your center armrest area here. It is covered in leather, more of the red and white stitching, of course. And opening this up, you do have some decent storage space in this. You've also got your dash cam USB slot, which is extra, and then an outlet right there. And also, once you do close this, you do have some space here, so you can maybe hide something, because you can't really see it unless you look at it on an angle. All right, then you have your whole center console area here with more of the carbon fiber trimming. You've got your electronic parking brake here, the on-off button right here, front cup holders, and then this unique looking shifter. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this does get some getting used to, because there's this whole piece here that you press in, and I don't know, at first it's kind of weird because you don't know which gear that you're putting it in, but once you do get used to it and you play around with it, it's super easy to use, and I like how you can grip it perfectly. And then if I move this out of the way for a second, you do have some space up here, and then over here is your wireless phone charger. All right, so you have a few buttons here. You've got your parking sensor button there to turn the front and rear on or off. You've got your lane keep right here, traction control, and then this also has a launch button right there, and then of course USB ports. And then you've got the sleek venting all across here with the hazards in the center, and then you have more of the suede trimming that continues over all the way on that side. And then right below your screen you have all of these controls. So your typical heating and cooling temperature controls are all right here. Now these are touch sensitive, however you kind of have this haptic feedback in a way. So if I press any of this, like, I don't know if the camera is picking it up, I'll maybe show you here. So hopefully that's picking it up, but that's what it sounds like. So you definitely know you're pressing something. All right, and then you have this beautiful, beautiful touchscreen. And this is a 12.3 inch touchscreen with Uconnect 5. And there's so much stuff on this. I just love the way that this is laid out. Also on the sides of the screen here, you'll notice these buttons for your heated seats, vented seats, and heated steering wheel, and then for the passenger side. So it's not on this, it's on the side of the screen. And then in the center here, you've got your main screen. So you kind of have like a split section of things that you can see. There's even another page where you can add more widgets. So if you go back, now this is the home section, as you can see right here. So if I go under media here, you're gonna have all of your FM, AM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, Alexa, all of that good stuff you're gonna have here. And then you have your wireless Apple CarPlay as well. So technically you don't have to have it wired, it's wireless. Next is the comfort section. So here you have all of your heating and cooling controls, or you can use this down here. And then on here you also have your same thing, vented seats, heated steering wheel, all on this. Under your phone section here, you have all of your phone controls once you do have your phone paired. And then under vehicle, here you have quite a few things. I'm going to start off on the camera section here. And if I go under vehicle, here you can see there is a ton of different views. So let's just go to surround camera for instance. Here you have a bird's eye view and then a rear view right here. And all of the different sections pop up here. So here you have a wider angle of the rear. And then you have a wider angle of the front. And then a narrow angle with the bird's eye view. There's also your guidelines and everything. If I go on this, I also have the driver curb view and the passenger side. So these are your side mirror cameras, as you can see there. And then if I click it again, go down, and that's the passenger side. So a lot of different angles that you can see of the vehicle. There's also this autonomy button, or the autonomy section. So here you have all of the sensors and everything. It shows you that they're all working. And a neat thing here is all of these sensors that you see, if I click on any of them, it kind of goes into more depth and what that is and what it does. So that's actually pretty cool, because it kind of gives you more information about the vehicle if you're not familiar with it. So if I go to the front, again, you can see it here. It goes pretty much all around the vehicle, and it tells you what each of the sensors does and what it is. Now, under the electric vehicle section, here you have a driving section. So you have creep. Right now it's turned off. So if you have it turned on, it's going to creep like a normal gas car. The next one is power flow. So here it kind of monitors all of the motors, the climate and energy usage and all of that stuff here. Driving history, again, it tells you the power and all of that. You've also got schedules, so you can schedule your charging, especially if you're at home and you want to charge off peak. AC charging level, it tells you the battery percentage, and then right here it tells you how much estimated time to 80% on level 2 and level 1. And you can also control the power drawn from the charger when you are charging it, so you can set it to low or high. Then there's also this button here, maximum battery level. So obviously you can charge it to 100%, but As you can see right here, it does mention 80% for daily range. So if you're going on a long road trip or whatever, then you can charge it to 100%, but for your typical day-to-day stuff, 80% is recommended. Next is the dashboard here. So you have all of this. So this is like your performance stuff. So performance pages here. If I click into that, you have all your timers, gauges, G-force, propulsion, everything is here. You got your drag, acceleration, so a ton of different things on this. If I go back here, under race options, you have your race prep section. So you have all of this. It tells you kind of like a mini checklist. There's also the track section. You've got launch control, as I was mentioning, and you can activate it through here. And also the intensity of the launch, you can set it to max, minimum, or however you want. There's also drift and donut. So you can do, again, the different mode, the minimum, maximum. So it's pretty insane. You've also got drive modes, like I was mentioning, on the steering wheel. So it's all set up through here, or you can just press the arrows on the steering wheel. There's also this DXR. So this is mainly for like your dash cam. You've also got the circuit or rally and your drag as well. So that's pretty neat that you can plug in a USB and kind of record all of that. Then under the controls section here, you've got the mirror dimmer. You've also got ambient lighting, like I was mentioning. So you can have all of these customizations of the lights and the brightness. And then the vehicle cameras again. And then under settings, you've got all of these different things. So even on this side, you have all of this that you can go into and kind of fine tune to your liking. Then under the app section here, you've got all of these apps, of course. Again, you can go through all of the sections through here, and then it's all displayed even here. Then you've got your navigation all through here, and then on here you can see it as well, like I was showing you. But yeah, that's the screen right there. Pretty nice. And even like on this part of the dash, you can see how massive this is. And again, the carbon fiber, the lighting, everything continues to that side. Now up top here, you've just got your rear view mirror. And then if we go further up, you've got your tailgate button, interior lights on the sides here, assist, SOS, and then you have some space here for your sunglasses. And here's the key fob for the Charger Daytona. You've got this nice Dodge logo at the back with carbon fiber, which is very nice. All right, let's come to the passenger side here and take a look at what we have going on. So again, like I was mentioning, all of this openness continues over with the soft material, the stitching, and then the suede material continues over as well. And then if you notice up top here, you have this Daytona badge. And then you just have your typical glove compartment space. Here's the window sticker for this Charger. The MSRP you see is in Canadian dollars. And of course, you can see it has a ton of options. Well, that does it for the review on this all new, brand new Dodge Charger Daytona Scat Pack Stage 2. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this. Do you love it or do you hate it?